Hey, and welcome to episode 4 of our Far Cry 3 Let's Play. We're going to get towards that radio tower now. Looks like some pirates ahead. We are running low on ammo, so I'm not sure I want to snipe them. Let's see if we can get around and get for the knife kill. Yellow sage. So basically how it works is green leaves you use for medicine, yellow leaves you use for syringes that are useful for hunting, and or useful for just affecting animals. Red syringes you use for things that are useful for dealing with humans. So we're going to switch to this SMG just in case one of them catches us.
Fucking rebels. Let them keep this shit up.
And we've got both the pirates. Top of some bullets. Almost, I keep forgetting to loot. You know, it's worthwhile because occasionally you'll find a nice loot item you can sell for like 40 or 50. Occasionally you'll also find pretty decent cash. We only just found a few dollars on each of those pirates. So let's get up to that radio tower and activate it, and then we'll probably go for the outpost. And then we'll probably go for the main quest. Radio towers are always kind of imposing. And they are tough climbs. Don't make any mistake thinking they aren't. It's also very easy to mess up and fall to your doom. You know, Far Cry 3 has really nice art direction. How they made this radio tower kind of overgrown is a really nice touch with all the vines around it. So, we're getting pretty close to the top here. Looks like this ladder will lead us to the box. Like conflict now. Look up what that conflict item is. I haven't been looking at any of the loot items, and I apologize. Most of them are pretty boring, but some of them are interesting. My favorite personal loot item is photo of a dwarf. You'll see what I mean when if we ever find one. Oh dear. For a second, that was scary. Alright, let's look at what that conflict item is. So, rare African conflict item, probably brought over by a mercenary. It's sure to fetch a pretty penny. Got that, we got a gold chain, got a broken compass. And a faded photograph. And for some reason these playing cards are worth so much. Jade figurine, which is worth not bad. So we've actually got some pretty valuable loot right now. Balsa docks are down that way. Looks like Needless Trouble is down that way, so let's go to Balsa docks. We also got a repair tool and the Scorpion free in stores. This is interesting. This is a supply drop quest. You do these, basically, you're delivering medicine to a village. I would do one right now, except there are pirate patrols all over this area, so we're going to come back to this once we've liberated this outpost. And it's going to be a lot safer to do those missions. I normally, say, what the heck, and welcome the extra challenge, but this is hard mode. I'm going to be a little bit more respectful of the enemies. Once we liberate this outpost, I'm thinking I'm going to see if I can buy a second attachment for my A2000 because it's serving me pretty well. I was a little hesitant to even get this weapon, but it actually seems to be doing okay for me for now. So let's get a camera view of this. So they've got a dog. So I want to get rid of that dog now. Well, they also seem to have this little bird thing in a cage. Animals in a cage, oftentimes, you can set them loose and they will take care of the entire camp by themselves, but this bird is incapable of such feats.
Find whoever did this. Remember, shoot them like they shot our buddy. Hey!
Oh, we got caught. You really don't want them to raise that alarm. So we did not get undetected that time, sadly. We got caught as we did the takedown. But we managed to get the outpost liberated, so I still call it a win. They've got this bird in a cage. I think I'm just going to leave it alone for now. It's pretty cool to kind of have the animal cage in there in the outpost. I kind of see it as a trophy, because it also means you didn't even need the animal to get through the outpost, which is, I would say, is pretty decent bragging rights. So we could also get the scorpion, but it's just not as good. We got an A2000. We don't need scorpion. It's customized. Let's get a reflex or red dot. Reflex or red dot. I think I want the red dot. I'm going to go ahead and sell all these little items we found. We made a decent penny off of that. I know we can use a leopard skin later, but that's way later. Let's go ahead and sell it for now. We got $764, which is quite a bit. We also have this STG-90. Don't know if I want to go back to that weapon just yet. Oh, would you look at that? We have our own M700 with custom equipment. I'm going to go ahead and get a high-powered scope for this with the one we made. And that is going to be our new it looks like the Predator has the same things, but I don't think it does. So it doesn't have the what's it? The adjustable aim that you get with just the actual M700. And it also doesn't have as cool paint jobs, but we don't have the money for that kind of silly stuff just yet. Worry about that later. We're actually low on health.
Such a promise.
We're pretty low on body armor, but we can worry about that later. So we've gotten an outpost and we've gotten a tower. I think now is as good a time as any to go and see Dr. What's-His-Face. We've got that bird. That bird is just going to be my trophy. You belong to me now, bird. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the boat to get over to the island. The Doctor, what's his face's island. He's an interesting character. One moment. Here we go. So we got a red dot sight for our for our submachine gun. See, yeah, it's definitely not the same scope as the other one. This one is adjustable. So it's actually quite good that we have our own M700. So it'll take a bit of doing to hike up this hill, but once we get there, we're in for a treat. I actually went to this character's house before I got the quest for him somehow. And then later I got the quest for him and I was really frustrated because I went out of my way to go to this house. That's a nice little screenshot there. Look at that with the gnarly old tree. They definitely made that special, I think, in this area. So press escape. So this is once majestic, but now it's nasty. Blah, blah, blah. It is now inhabited by Dr. Earnhardt, who is in this greenhouse.
See anything you fancy? I like the red ones myself.
Oh dear, we're having some
Everything
technical
is
issues.
Really.
Sometimes Far Cry 3 will
Don't
window,
take them.
and it
They're
doesn't
liable
really
to kill you.
ask, and it doesn't really say why.
It's not quite right yet. Well, that's it, Dr. Earnhardt here, or in and out, as the case may be.
Yeah, I'm Jason. Dennis said you'd be able to help me, that you found one of my friends.
One of your friends? Huh. I am, distilling a batch later today.
What?
Oh, you mean the girl, Daisy.
Oh, it's Daisy.
I
Crazy
assumed you
guy.
to be speaking in code.
He just assumes we're speaking in code.
Well, she's in my house.
I like how he thinks that way. I assumed you to be speaking in code. Of course, what else would you assume? So there's all these loot items that we can get, so we might as well get them. And one more. So let's go ahead and look at those. Got a big feather. What it is doing here is a mystery. Mini flashlight, a black poker chip. Some of these things, like, I really don't understand why they are so valuable, but the poker chips and the playing cards are just insane. But the carved fetishes, for some reason, they're not anything. They're hardly worth anything. Beaded necklace, not worth anything. Cuban cigar that's more filler weed than quality tobacco, $24. Probably because you're just scamming some poor loser. Let's go ahead and sell all our loot items now. Made a good buck off of that. So we have quite a bit of money now. But it's worthwhile to save. I'm gonna save until whatever. You never know what might be useful.
She's burning up.
Yes, of course. When I found her, she had cut her arm, which in itself would be no cause for alarm. But she had cut through a field of anti-aris toxicaria. Upas trees. Highly poisonous latex. I have been administering an antidote each hour. I'm afraid that another dosage may be required. I did just examine the box.
It's empty. Where should I go for more?
Set us up with a couple of cave mushrooms and we will be right as rain. Peruse the cliffs. To the west.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm sorry for the rush.
Nothing of it. The girl must live. For you and me
I like
both.
how he has like a little happy lunchbox. So yeah, Dr. Earnhardt is a character. Very interesting person. So, let me see. This SMG is performed far above expectations. Then again, it was expected to be horrible. I was just kind of trying it out on a whim. And this gun doesn't seem to be very useful at all. The SVD just seems better to get the M700. And of course, none of the other weapons are available to us just yet. I'm waiting for when the recurve bow is available. It's really expensive to buy, so I'm not really thinking to buy it right now, but it's a very good weapon. You would be surprised. You'd think a bow would not be good, but a bow's really good. Yeah, we're going. So yeah, we're gonna hang glide. Down to the caves.
These cliffs aren't west. Great. You didn't mention the cave was underwater.
Like I said, he's a bit of a character, Dr. Earnhardt is. Well, he lived. Better than I could say for some of my gliding extravagances. Oh dear, that's a shark. Sharks, if you can, actually do want to skin them, because their skin is very useful for high level stuff. We're actually going to skin them, and we're going to keep them. After that very close swim, we managed to make it through. I would actually be busy with the expert swimmer. Speaking of, do we have tattoo point to spend? We do. We have 2, actually. We've got... Ooh, we also unlocked Death from Above. I'll definitely get that. That's a very nice move. And I'll also get physical conditioning so that we gain an additional health segment. And Spider would give us expert swim.
This crazy doctor better know what he's doing.
So we've made it to the caves, we've liberated a radio tower, and we've gotten an outpost from the pirates. I think that means it's time to call a video, and we'll make the next one episode 5.